My dear friend, you are most welcome on this channel, that is the KAFFIR International Organization. Now we will tell that what is the Darwin theory. This video is in English because this is my aim to disclose all the clues of the humanitarian ground or humanism in English. So why my European brethren, my Canadian brethren and my United States brethren could understood this. This is why I am telling you in English. Though my idea was telecast this video in Hindi, but I have another channel that is known as Dharm Ka Darshan Shastra. I will tell this section in Hindi on my second channel. So I would like to say that what is the survival of the fittest? What is the Charles Darwin theory? The survival of the fittest is the only the theory that how a species can survive in this atmosphere. The survival of the fittest does not mean that a species, the human species, rather a human community can genocide or ethnic cleansing of other community. My dear friend, in these days, this concept is prevailing that the survival of fittest, the meaning of to only empower the other community by the force, and the only one community who is mightier than other community can survive. This is not the survival of the fittest. This is not resemble with the Charles Darwin notions or expectations. The Charles Darwin theory reflects that survival of fittest, meaning the our fight with the nature calamities, with the nature disasters, with the nature temperatures, means our survival to fight against the natural calamities, not against the any community, class, cult or religion. But today, when all three Abrahamic religion evolved as as Judaism and the Christianity and Islam, these cults always propagating the survival of the fittest in the another meaning, yeah, another manners, that which community has more powerful and it has the right to survival to kill the other cult following communities. In the Bible, it has been described in so many times that if you are not Christians, if you are not the Christian, you cannot go be on the heaven, or means the heaven, or in the Quran, this is known as the Jannat. So these three Abrahamic religion do not reflect the true humanitarianism or the survival of the fittest, because survival of the fittest belong to the survival of a certain or special or particular species against the nature calamities, nature hardness, nature stiffness. As in Russia, Yakutsk, a village where the temperature goes below minus 70 degrees centigrade, how a man can survive there? This is the survival of the fittest. This is not of the survival of the fittest. How, after reading the Quran, we can kill the non-Muslims in how many numbers? This is not the survival of fittest. This is the barbaric idea which does not resemble anymore to the Charles Darwin theory. So The survival of attacks in the mind of the United States of America and the Russia and the China that our country must be powerful, then we persecute the other country's citizens and the other country governments. This is why these three countries doing very drastic in nature against the humanity. That this is the right of the Ukrainian people, whether they have with Russia or not with Russia. Certainly, the intervention of the America in the Ukraine war is a totally drastic and the barbaric manner. If the USA intervenes so many matters throughout the world without his real sense, the only sense that USA wanted to sell the weapons to the third world countries or the underdeveloped countries to grow its economy very high. So this is the moral values of the United States of America, United Kingdom and the Canada. Their values only to survive their people who are living on the land of the Canada, Britain and the United States of America. Both these countries are propagating the terrorism to giving the asylum of the terrorist. So my appeal of the American people, not the state. My appeal to the Britishers, my brethren Britishers and my brethren Canadian people who are indigenous people, though there is no single indigenous people in Canada and United States of America, the indigenous people of United States of America is uh, Indo-American. And same while the Canadian ethnic people and Britisher is the original land of the Britishers. I am agree with this fact. But when these states, especially United States of America, Britain, Canada, even up to some extent, the Australia is giving asylum to these terrorists. As the Canada is the den of the terrorist, he is giving asylum to the terrorist. This is why United States of America also giving the asylum to the terrorists which are propagating war against India. So this is not the true policy of America in favor of a humanitarian ground or humanism. How can these people can talk on the humanity or humanism or human values where they are protecting the Khalistani terrorists, Islamic terrorists in the United States of America, in Canada and UK, United Kingdom. As we are well aware, in the recent days, there are so many processions. There are so many processions in favor of the Palestine. Though the Hamas did cruel and cruelty with the Jews, as per written in their verses of Quran that they can loot everybody except Muslims, means they are looting the non-Muslims. In the recent history or the past history of Islam reflects that the Islam is a barbaric ideology which causes damage to the human values and the human civil society. But why the United States of America, United Kingdom and the Canada are very much interested to giving asylum to these monsters which are killing the people on the base of cult, creed or religion. As you are well aware that Tony Asai is the dreadful terrorist who are taking direct or indirect part in Kashmir have propagating the terrorism. And this Tony Asai is the friend of Shahrukh Khan, the well-known artist from the India, who lives in Bombay. And so many politicians have the relation with the Dawood Ibrahim. As Mr. Sharad Pawar, the ex-chief minister of Bombay, has a bosom relationship with Dawood Ibrahim. No matter why this man now is living in Karachi, or now it has been found that by our reliable sources that Dawood Ibrahim living in Saudi Arabia. So why these countries are protecting these terrorists? The only reason that these countries are not protecting the human rights or human values. United Kingdom, United States of America, Canadian states have some issues with its interest. My dear American people, my dear Canadian and my dear United Kingdom people, the white people mostly, especially the white people and the peace loving people, that is from the Jewish community, the Hindus community, and other communities, excluding the Khalistani. Most of the Sikh are peaceful in their mind. They are doing the business in the United States, Canada, and United Kingdom. But the terrorist organization are propagating war against India on the and settled on the Canada and the United States of America, even in United Kingdom. Certainly they will they have to teach a lesson from such terrorism activity which they are now propagating against India. Indian people are well aware, our agencies are well aware that United States of America is not any no is not any favor to India, though his policy reflects that its government is so cunning, the United States is cunning, that they always talk about the humanitarian ground or human values. But this is the same United States of America who had given so many sophisticated weaponry to the Pakistan to disturb the Kashmir. Even I could not understand why the AK-47, AK-57 are being distributed by the Russians to the terrorists, because most of the weaponry which was forfeited or which was seized by the Indian authorities are the AK-47 or AK-56. This means that these countries are not taking human values or human ground. They are only selling their weaponaries to grow its economies. Yeah, their economies. So, my dear white peoples of the United Kingdom and United States of America, Canada, you are in danger by your state politicians, because in the next coming days, these terrorists, the Khalistani terrorists, the Islamic terrorists, will ruin the United States America harmony and peace. Same will be happening in Canada and same will be happening in United Kingdom. Recently, we have seen so many processions, so many violent agitation of these Muslims throughout the world, especially in France. The Samuel Paty was killed by due to this such type of ideology, and so many. One truck was crushed. The 4-year-old white race baby in the Britain by a Islamic mental retarded person. So the Islam can be a person as a mentally retarded. So this is the duty of the United States of America, Canada, and the United Kingdom presidents or the prime ministers. Please open the new centers for the mental rehabilitation or the psychological upliftment, because these terrorists which are which are taking asylum in your country, they are mentally retarded people, they are fanatic, lunatic, they are mentally ill. You are giving asylum to such people who are mentally ill. No doubt, after some time, they will kill you and your white public. Though ethnic Americans, ethnic Canadians, ethnic Britishers will be in more danger due to the protecting the Islamic terrorism, Khalistani terrorism. America, United States must teach a lesson of the past history when the 9/11 was happened and a lot of people was killed, were killed by these Islamic fanatics. After this, America couldn't understand the psychology of the Islamic terrorist and the Khalistan terrorist. America giving citizenship to Tony Asai, a dreadful terrorist of the United States who is promoting direct war in Indian Kashmir or Pak-occupied Kashmir. Amanullah Khan was the citizen of Britain. Actually, these countries, state or the politicians are not taking the fact that humanitarian ground must be in these countries. They are only seeing uh, their profits or their benefits, their vested interests. They are befooling the people who are giving the asylum to the Khalistani terrorism, Islamic terrorism, as Britain, Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, and so many liberals. The white race liberals are the stupid people which are giving a chance to these terrorist organization to kill its their countries. Especially Patty Samuel was a white. Many victimized people was or were the white people who was killed by the Islamic terrorists and the Khalistani terrorists. Certainly, to giving the asylum to the terrorist and the terrorism organization, Britain, United Kingdom, German, France, and other white countries who are giving asylum in the name of liberalism are predominantly are the stupids. These politicians who never read the Quran and its ideology and are giving the asylum to the terrorists. The same on the behalf of the certification of the Simranjit Singh Man, a dreadful terrorist, now a member of parliament in India. The people of Sangrur, I think they are also terrorists who are giving the vote to such type of terrorist, Khalistani terrorist, pro-Khalistani leader, Simranjit Singh Man. The Punjabi people should think about what they are doing or what they are going. India has full power to eliminate these elements, whether they are living in the United States of America, Canada, British, Australia, New Zealand. This is our duty to pacify the appeasement of the peace-loving people throughout the world. And this is the duty of the American people to neutralize the such people who are living in your country as Satwanpan Pannu and so many other Khalistani terrorists and the Islamic monster who are living in your country. This is the global war against the terrorism. And the terrorism can be cured by those people who are living in particular countries. This is only not right to kill the Indian government to kill the Satwanpan Pannu or any Islamic terrorist. This is right the people of the American that they can kill these terrorists on the basis of humanitarian or humanism. This must be in future, otherwise our next generation which are living in the Canada, Britain, or the France, in the name of liberalism, they can devastate your next generation, and the anti-collecting must be sure in the next coming generations. It is a good significance victory of Geert Wilders in Netherlands. He won the election. Such reluctant, such such win of the election in the Geert Wilder man. What is the name? I don't know. Clearly, I cannot pronounce this. But Geert Wilder, I think so. Who won the election in Netherlands. I am thankful and gratitude to Netherlands people that who voted Mr. Geert Wildman, and this man who was supported the Nupur Sharma, because Nupur Sharma stated that which is described in the Quranic and the Quranic verses and the Hadith in context of the age of the Isa. So, my dear brethren, Americans, all over the world, the humanitarians, my appeal. This is also your right to kill the terrorist in your state. No need to kill by the Indian government. Those terrorists are living in the United States, Canada, Britain, France, Germany, Australia. This is the duty of the all the humanitarian values, all the humans which have some human values. You can eliminate the terrorist by own effort in your respective country where you are living. This is my message to all the people which are believing in the harmony, peace among the world, can do this work, rather the good work. You are the warriors, you are the barons, and on their shoulders all the humanity is hanging on. So I think you will do this in next coming days or up to from this time. Thank you very much. See you again.